What's up, Grappler fans? If y'all been keeping up with the channel, you know I recently rolled my 1988 Suburban here. I was not expecting that, never thought it would happen to me. I've towed a bunch and I was pulling an empty trailer and ended up jackknifing the thing on a really steep turn. So now I've cut the top off and I'm trying to make a 4-door blazer out of it with hopes of making a really awesome roll cage, safe enough to have my wife come with me and her trust the kids go in it. So want to make this thing rock solid safe for some wheeling, as well as making custom bumper, some rock sliders, all that stuff that I need some equipment for. So I'm really excited to do some unboxing today with the Eastwood products. I've got Eastwood everything here to make roll cage, rock sliders, custom bumpers, you name it, tire carrier. I've also got some plans for some custom tubing work on my 1967 6.7 Power Stroke that I've been talking about for years. So y'all stay tuned. We're going to unbox all this stuff. I'll explain why I'm going to use it. I want to give a big shout out to Eastwood for partnering with us on this. They gave me a solid discount and a discount code for y'all. Be sure to use my affiliate link in the description, and you guys can use Grappaholics 10 to get 10% off on any orders from Eastwood's website. So y'all check that out. Stay tuned for what we got going on here. Can't wait to get to work on these trucks using all these products. So let's see what we got. First things first here, I'll get this probably the smallest box here. Maybe I'll use this guy here. You know what? I want to open this one. Let me grab this guy. This is a little something extra here that I want to open up. So when I reached out to Eastwood, told them what I was doing, they knew that I was going to do a little bit more than just a roll cage for this thing. So they also wanted me to try out this SCT tool here. So let me get this guy open. I'm open it from the bottom. This is the Contour SCT. This is a really popular tool that Eastwood has had out for a little while now, and people are going crazy about this thing. It basically just takes away rust, paint, and body filler super quickly. Makes it a lot easier than the traditional orbital sanders do. My 1967 is so rusty, it's like gross. Like there's so many holes in it. But with the spare cab I've got in the bed of it, one back there, I'm gonna try to piece together a couple single cabs to make my crew cab awesome. And before I paint it, I'm gonna need this thing, so we'll be testing it out for sure. I've got a little picture of it there, but it comes with some of the different wheels here. So you've got different like flat disc abrasive ones, as well as who knows what. We got so many different options in here. Let's see. So basically just different grits. So how much metal you want to take down. Do you want to get it to bare metal? Do you want to just get through some of it, or are you doing some final finishing after you have put maybe some body filler on it and you're trying to get it back together? So I've got my buddy TJ in here. He's helping me get these boxes. I got so many. So he's going to be taking this off camera, and then we'll get another box up here. But really stoked to have that on the channel here soon. Let's see what we got next. Let's see, what is this guy here? I might go for this one. I'm gonna kind of do my own thing here a little bit. Try to open some of the big exciting stuff first. So let's see what we got. This box, most of the boxes, besides saying do the job right, which is what I've been trying to do since I started this project, I have had everything from working in the dirt in my backyard to having a little garage full of tools in my house in Florida, and then just tarping everything at night, working in the backyard. Finally have a shop. Big shout out to Boss Buildings for working with me on the shop as well. A lot of support for all the dreams I have here. I can't wait to see them come to fruition. And then this here is my plasma cutter. So let's see if we can check this out. This is the Versa Cut 60 plasma cutter. So y'all can check that little label out there, and we'll see if we can get in here a little better. This is a big box, big exciting stuff. Here we go. Yeah, hold that. There we go. Plasma cutter. I'm going to be plasma cutting all kinds of stuff now. And one thing I'm excited about with the plasma cutter is I have this box that goes with it. So let me get into this box. And my buddy TJ's gonna be working hard with all this stuff. Look, we got everything that goes with it. We got plugs, connectors, all that good stuff. So if you want to try to throw that back in that box, I'm gonna get this next box down there. This is a 3-man operation right here. Very excited about all this stuff. All right, let's see. So I have been trying to find one company that I can get everything from for a couple years now. I've been really hesitant to promote a company that, you know, just does this or that and doesn't really have everything I need. And Eastwood has always been there in the back of my mind for paint. I knew that I would want to use Eastwood products for the painting, but the more I've looked into welders and everything, I've realized Eastwood has everything you need, like from welding, you know, plasma cutting, metal bending, paint prep. Like, they have everything if you're working in your garage on your own car. So I was able to get all this stuff. We're teaming up with them, and they were my first choice, hands down. I reached out to them. There was no like, hey, Grappaholics, we want you to promote us. I reached out to them, and they were gracious enough to work with me. And what I have here is a shelf. It has a little bracket and a table. This is gonna let my plasma cutter live on top of my welder. So we're getting into a welder in here somewhere in one of these boxes, and I'll be able to use this shelf to put my plasma cutter on it. So I'll have everything I need on one little roll around package. So really excited for that. I ordered a little bit of extra stuff here and there just so I wouldn't have to make multiple orders. Oh, sweet. What do we got going on here? All right, so I have the 7-piece hole saw kit. So this is basically like a hole saw kit. You know, it has the different size circular saw bits. And I'll be using this in conjunction with some of these other boxes to actually notch the tubing when I go to make the cage so that the bars fit together well. And then when I weld them up, they're all nice and square and you don't have any gaps or anything like that. Yeah, let me throw that right there. Nice catch. All right, sweet. We got a system down here, boys. All right, we got a sweet large view auto darkening welding helmet here. I have a used helmet that was originally from Harbor Freight currently, and this thing is going to be way better. Doesn't fit my head except for a little person here right now. Let me adjust it up, but as y'all can see, oh yeah, quick adjust right there. Push that thing. I'm set right now. I'm ready to go. So we got that. I'm not throwing this. You can come get that. I don't want to mess that up. But that's looking really sharp. I'm excited to have Eastwood logo while I'm welding. Yeah, it's going to be legit. And a couple other things. All right. We've got a panel saw. So really stoked on that. Just make cutting metal a little bit easier. I have all the options you can think of to cut metal at this point, so should be pretty set with that. Let's see, I'll throw that one. Let's see, some cool, what is this? This is a little cutting disc here, so pretty excited about that. And I'll leave room in that box. There's some fried chicken wings right there. Good chop. Free chicken wings. What is that? I gotta look into that. I got some free chicken wings. That's awesome. I love chicken wings. All right, there's that, TJ. Appreciate you. Okay, what do we want to do next? Let's do this guy here. Oh, it's hot out here, boys. Okay, so this right here, you may be able to see, it says right on the box, is a belt and disc sander in one here. So very excited about this. I was watching an Eastwood video about how to build a roll cage or how to use their notching kit, and this was one of the products that I saw and I was like, I need that in my life. So let's see what we've got. So while I'm opening this up, be sure to check out Eastwood's YouTube channel. They have so many how-to videos. Like, as I was trying to figure out where to start with a roll cage, I was like watching each tool individually, and every video led me to another tool, and I was like, oh, perfect. That's how I'll do that. That's how I'll do this. And I'll be able to do everything. I'm gonna put the knife down because I'm moving around a lot. And so this guy should be pretty sweet. I don't know how well I'll be able to get it out of the box and a quick timeline, but we'll make it work. Try to get where y'all can see it. Yep, might need help on this one. All right, look at that. Look at this freaking desk mounted belt sander. Let me pull the plastic off of it. So I'll be able to put the tubing up against it after I've cut it or notched it. Oh my god, this thing's sick. Look at that. This is super cool. We've got a disc sander right here and a belt sander, and then I'll be able to, oh my goodness, it's a heavy girl. I'll be able to get my tubing sanded to perfection before I weld it together. And it's a nice little unit. It has everything you need right there. It's mounted so you don't have to end up clamping everything down in a vise just to sand something. How are you trying to hold it like standing on top of the tube and then trying to use a grinder, you know, on the floor? This thing's gonna be super convenient. I cannot throw this, so TJ will ask me to find a sweet place to put that. This one here is a benchtop bandsaw. So this is gonna be great for cutting the tubing to length precisely. A couple other options with it, but I saw this in the video about how to notch the tubing and to actually make a roll cage, and I was like, I need that as well. I don't have anything like this. I otherwise would be trying to use a Sawzall and being very inaccurate, so this bandsaw should be excellent. All right, let's see what it's looking like. Oh yeah. Nice. Digging that. Oh yeah, look at this thing. That is some serious quality right there. Oh man, love it. So it's gonna be harder to pull this one out of the box, but here's my blade here, and that blade is set. You can lock it in. I saw it on the video. It made making a roll cage look so easy, so I had to have it, and I'm excited. I got some space in here, some workbenches. I should be able to make some excellent cuts, notch the tubing, get it all together, and even I can make a roll cage. It'll be my first time, so gonna let my wife see how I hack this thing up, but with the right tools I should be able to do it. Enough YouTube videos from Eastwood, and we're gonna have ourselves a rock solid roll cage on this thing. This is a little wood crate. It looks like something you might find in like Indiana Jones or something. It looks really well packaged. So I ran and grabbed a hammer since this thing's nailed shut, and we should be good to go now. See if I can get this thing open. All right. Not a carpenter, don't judge my skills with the hammer here. So let's see. You should see the fence I just built. It's pretty straight. All right, sweet. So these big hunks of metal are the die for my hydraulic tubing bender. So I'm going to be building my cages out of 2-inch tubing, so I went ahead and bought a 2-inch die, and this will bend up to 90 degrees. You can check out all their different options for that. This one, I think it says like 120 degrees, but if you look, there's like a conversion for that. But this should set me up. I want to do 2-inch tubing for the roll cage for a more classic look, like a little thicker tubing. A lot of people use like 1 3/4. I'm not going for the full like chrome roll bar look, but I want a little bit more solid, thick look, and I'm planning on using that for pretty much everything. So we'll see how that goes. And Eastwood has every option you could think of, and the tubing bender can take all the way up to, I think, 2-inch 120 wall tubing. So that's what I'm going to do. See how it goes. One of these boxes has the tubing bender in it itself, so we'll get this, trying to throw it back in the box maybe, and get to that later. That is heavy. I got another little box. This is the tubing notcher. So as y'all saw earlier, I had a hole saw kit. This will basically be a like jig for that, where I can put it in the vise and then do my tubing notching like perfectly. So I'm not just taking a hole saw and a hand drill and just like holding it, trying to make something happen. I'm actually going to have something to hold it steady, and I can set the angle and everything. So let's see if we can get in here. It's all very well packaged, so got to open a lot of flaps. There we go, tubing notcher. Look at the foam in here. This is some serious packaging. Okay, so this is like a bunch of pieces. I have to assemble it. It's a whole kit, but this will let me use like an impact or a drill basically to notch the tubing. Instead of having to use a drill press and something super complicated and huge in my shop, I can just use a vise this kit and like an impact and notch tubing perfectly. So really stoked on that. Another thing I learned from watching Eastwood videos was that this tool exists, so really stoked on it, and we'll keep going. There you go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So we're trying to do all this so that we can get TJ and I out on the trails. I had so much fun wheeling this thing out at Uwharrie. He has a really sweet 85 bullnose Bronco. I've got a 95 Bronco that is kind of pretty. I don't really want to scratch it, so that's why I have this thing, and we're going to beat it up pretty nicely. I'm going to try to open this box without knocking my cameras over. Oh, yes. That's a good one. Use your back. Twisting, jerking motion. All right. TJ, you're not in charge of knives anymore. Actually, it does pretty decent, actually, if you hold it right.
Eastwood sell a knife sharpener?
If Eastwood sells a knife or a knife sharpener, I think I need to get one, because this one is not up to par. Alright, let's see here. What is this again? I already forgot what the side says. How do I get in here? This is a workout out here today, boys. Oh man, look at this. Look at that. We got hydraulic tubing. Oh man, we got all kinds of stuff. I think this is parts for my welder. What is this? There's a bag. It has a sweet bag. Look, here's one of the wheels. Yeah, this is parts for this welder. The welder's gonna have wheels on it. I'm gonna have a whole unit that I can roll around. I want to give TJ some props for coming up with.
I just welded up a creeper. A
creeper, yeah, that you lay on your back and weld. He now has like a roll around thing that's super awesome and like thrown together. And now I'm gonna let him use this thing because we're gonna have an awesome MP250i, like multi, whatever you want to do, welder. And this is some of the parts for it. I think we've got more of it in a different box, but this thing is gonna be sweet. Little caster wheels, and then it's got some big mutters on it right here. If I can get in here. This is pretty cool, so I'm gonna open it. Look at that. We're gonna be rolling around in style welding anywhere we want. Any corner of this shop, I got outlets all over the place, and we're going to be welding. It's going to be great. So I've now made this very difficult to put back in there, but thank you, sir. We'll organize this for the rest of the night with some garage beers. Okay, I'm going to get into here. This is a really heavy box. It is an 8-inch. I keep using the wrong side of this double-sided knife. 8-inch. Stuff into there. Hold that back. Hopes of y'all being able to see. Oh yeah. Look at this freaking solid vise. Oh dude. This is serious. Look at that. I got 2 of these bad boys, so I can be working on a roll cage for this thing and that rig at the same time. I can have TJ welding in one corner of the shop, I can be in the other spot. So we got 2 of these 8-inch bench vices. It has like the big flat jaws up top, and then it also, going the wrong way, it has a spot for tubing down here. It's got like little teeth inside. You can see that right there. So for piping, it's gonna be perfect. This is another product I saw in their videos when they were building a roll cage or just showing how to do tubing in general, and I was like, oh, that's perfect, I could use that. And then when I saw the tubing notcher that goes in this, I was like, oh my gosh, they literally have everything. Like, I'm gonna be making roll cages in no time. I can't believe it. So really stoked on that. This is very heavy, and I messed up the box there, but good luck with that. Thank you. Who put this tire here? I really like this knife. Sorry I keep talking crap about it. I'm just jealous.
I I just use it as a chisel, a knife.
Yeah, man. I've seen you use this thing for everything. Like, we'll be having food and he like brings it out. I'm like, dude, don't cut your chicken with that knife. Like, I have a knife. It's fine. But can't tell them anything. Yeah. I'm gonna try it. Look, it's beautiful. There's a picture. This is some serious. I've never gotten this much, like this many tools at once. I have so many hand-me-down, crappy used tools. Oh yes. There we go. Alright, so we can set it down, but it has wheels, so we'll be able to roll this thing around. And as I mentioned previously, it has a like shelf that goes on top of it, so we'll be able to put the plasma cutter on it, and it'll be a whole unit. It should have a spot in the other box where you can attach the bottles, so it'll be a totally contained unit, and it can do pretty much everything. So really stoked on this MP250i. Y'all check out all the specs on Eastwood's website. What else do we have left? This big box? Let's get into the big box. I'm gonna move it around so y'all can see it, and we'll check it out. See the welder. There we go. Sweet. Look at this thing. Look at this. Would you look at that? It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Look, it's got buttons and dials. I'll be honest, I don't know how to use this thing yet, but we're gonna figure this out, and we're gonna be making roll cages and resto modding trucks together. So I'm excited. I did not know what welder I was gonna use, and I have found the welder of welders. This thing is gonna be awesome, and it hopefully will make even me look like a good welder. So we'll see what happens. All right, so this is the hydraulic tubing bender. This is gonna make my life so much easier being able to bend the tubing, but this box is nailed shut, and I'm not really sure where I want to start with this. I could just kind of monkey it with that for a little bit, but I think I'm gonna do it for y'all, see if I can bust this thing open. This was the most expensive thing that I ordered, so we'll see how this goes. Freaking nailed it. Look at that. Perfect. That's exactly what I intended. Look at this thing. Oh, my plate fell. This thing is awesome. TJ, come check this thing out. Oh, I gotta make some more room here. Watch out. Get in here this way. That went like as planned. Who thought the freaking sledgehammer was gonna work? Look at this beautiful lamp right here.
Oh boy, oh boy! Would you look at that? Would you look at that?
Look at that thing. This is awesome. And I hit it in a perfect spot without knowing what exactly was in there. But this is sweet. I have my degrees here. I can set up exactly what angle bend I want. Again, I got the die that'll do up to 90 degrees, but we are set here. I did leak a little bit of oil, but I'll admit when they dropped it off, and then I hand trucked it back here. It's on a pallet. I used a hand truck by myself, and I tipped it on its side, so some of it leaked out. But we're gonna be all right there. It only sat on its side for like 5 minutes and leaked some out. So if I gotta get more fluid, I can. I'm excited. This thing is sick. Can't wait to get it put together, figure out how to use it, start building a roll cage. I want to thank y'all for checking out this video. As y'all can see, we have the truck house fully operational now with the 2-post bin pack installed and working. Got the Suburban up on the lift. This is going to be an exciting wheeler project, you know, crew cab blazer style with no roof roll cage that we're going to be making with all these Eastwood products. Cannot wait to make some content with all this Eastwood stuff, so y'all stay tuned for that, as well as the 1967 6.7 Power Stroke. It's been a long time coming, but this is going to be an awesome bump side crew cab diesel four-wheel drive truck here. I've also got my 1971 crew cab long bed bump side. That one's going to be a little bit more old school. Should be some cool original content there. We'll throw in a few Bubba trucks here and there, some cat eyes, some newer stuff to keep it exciting for my Instagram followers. But thank y'all so much for the support. Cannot say enough about Eastwood and everybody else that's supported Grappaholics through the years. So excited to have a garage and a space to really make these things come to life. So thanks again. Be sure to check us out on all social media platforms.